So here we are again, back on the Beetle for this one, and I've just managed to cut out a lot more rot, more so than what I thought I had in the first place. I've accidentally cut away some of my reference points for where the new panel is going to be going into as well. But it was quite bad there. There was overlapping repairs on each other, and it was very difficult to see what the original metal was. But going forward, I should be able to line up the new section in there now. That's the second trimming and trial fit for that now. Still a little bit more dolly work to do, and obviously I've still got to modify this portion down here to allow the rear valance to sit properly. Now I'm going to have to do what I've done on the other side and create a new piece to go in there. First I'm going to have to cut all that old stuff out. There's a lot of snot and rot there. What is it with people and filler? That's about 4 to 5 mil at its thickest. I appreciate this is going to be quite hard for you guys to see, but I'll show you anyway. I've just secured the rear valance with a couple of wing bolts and a clamp. The other side's just propped up with a hammer. I've got the rear wing in place where it's got to go, and it's doing the same thing. It's basically sitting too high on that wing repair. It's going to be a case of me cutting the panel where the rear valance sits on top of it and reprofiling it again, just as I did the other side in the other video. Right, I just dismantled it all again. There's the inner wing repair, and this piece that the rear valance sits on, that's the wrong profile, and I'm going to have to cut all of that off and weld a new piece in that's flatter, that can accommodate that valance. It's not looking too sad now, just halfway through grinding them welds back, and I want to do a lot more work on where both panels are joined, and especially on this side here. There you go, it might look a little bit messy at this stage, but I've just inserted a piece of copper just to separate the two panels and threw a couple of welds in there. But once that's ground down, it should be good. And I'm also going to do the same on these two pieces here, just to close that gap off. I'll probably take the valance off, then put the copper underneath it just to get a bit more of an edge on there. those edges have welded up quite well actually. Still a little bit of work to be done, but I'm contemplating on doing the same thing on those serrated edges that I've got on the back of the bus. I think that might work. So I'm just treating those welds now with some Pour 15 patch. I love this stuff. It's a filler cum seam sealer, and it just smooths everything out real nice. And then I'm going to get everything packed away and start assembling a new tool that Father Christmas delivered. Have a guess what it is. I ain't gonna tell you. Right then, so I'm going to conclude on this one now. I've just taken the masking tape off surrounding that seam sealer and the welds that I put it on. This edge is still going to need a little bit taken off just so it sits a bit more flush. The opposite side is going to need probably just a little cut so I can bend the metal down over and round. Still yet to weld in the drip trays on both sides within the engine bay, and then it'll be a case of aligning the bumper up and welding in the new bumper bracket on this side. Then I'll probably just go around that rear valance to see if there's any small repairs that need doing, tidy it up, and then move on to the next job. So until then, see you next time.